Testing a CLR control. Let's test the oven control. We really don't need to do this because running the diagnostic test told us the control is CLR. Unplug range or disconnect power. From the back of the range, remove 7 screws that secure the control panel access area cover. Remove the access cover. Connect voltage measurement equipment to CON 2-1 and CON 1-1. Reconnect power to the range. We already know there's 120 volts AC across CON 2-4 and CON 1-1 because the control board display is operating. Program the control to a bake cycle. Press the bake keypad and the start keypad. Check bake broil circuit for 120 volts. If the test fails, check the wiring harness, the bake igniter, and the bake valve for an open circuit. Run the diagnostic test before you replace the oven control. Unplug range or disconnect power. Check the oven light bulb. Check between CON 1-5 and CON 1-1 on the control board for 0 to 40 ohms resistance. If this check fails, replace the light bulb. It is mounted in the back wall of the oven on the upper left side. Test the oven sensor. Test for 1000 to 1200 ohms resistance across CON 3-9 and CON 3-10 at room temperature. This test checks the sensor and the wiring harness to the control board from the sensor. Also measure the sensor resistance between the connector pins and confirm reading is between 1000 and 1200 ohms at room temperature. Also measure from sensor connector to sensor casing for possible short. If measurement does not correlate to real temperature or if a short is found, replace sensor. From the back of the range, disconnect wire connector from the sensor. Remove 2 Phillips head screws from sensor bracket. Pull the sensor tube out of the oven. I put information about removing the oven control last because the oven control board is the last component that should be considered for replacement. These boards continue to be returned to Whirlpool with an amazing percentage of no apparent defect rating. Remember to always run a diagnostic test before replacing an oven control board. If the oven control ever needs to be replaced, remove the control panel rear access cover to expose the control. Disconnect all quick disconnect plugs from the board. Remove 2 screws, 1 on each side of the board. Pull control board out. Please return defective control board to Whirlpool Corporation.